I can't track your productivity numbers on a computer report unless you clock in and out. I mean, I can, but it's not the most accurate number, okay? I would have to do a little extra step of work. But the point is that if you clock in and out as a business owner, I'm only legally required to pay your minimum income ladder payment decided by the government, minimum wage. That's the only thing I'm required to pay as an employer. Cool? All right. So minimum wage, let's say $8. Let's just, for that number, okay? I know it's not $8 for some of you, but let's just say $8. No, let's go with 10 because that's an easier number to add. So if minimum wage is $10 an hour, and you say, I want to work 40 hours a week, I want to work full time, that's $400 a week, right? Of total pay, means pre-tax, right? So if you have, or gross pay, so if you have $400 a week times 4 weeks, that's $1,600 a month is what you will be making in salary. So to answer your question, all I have to pay you is hourly. And as a new stylist with zero production, that business owners aren't going to pay you any commission. And you don't want commission because there's nothing to commission, right? You have to accept hourly or you have to take hourly. And that's the beginning of your income ladder. Now, as you continue to grow your productivity and develop clientele, you'll have what we call total gross service revenue, TGSR. And so total gross service revenue will tell me, as the business owner, your performance for production, or productivity number. And then that production number needs to match my minimum wage hourly, right? So that's what we call that match or that balance. And so if your paycheck, I pay you every 2 weeks on $800, right? So I give you an $800 check and then I remove tax because that's legal, right? I have to do that. You should never work for a business that says they're going to pay you hourly and don't deduct your taxes and 1099 you. That is illegal, okay? You are considered an employee. And in the next class that we teach, I will define those terms for you so you understand what you're asking for. It's really important. This industry is very confused about that topic. Not all of us, but listen to the ones that really know. Not Facebook posts where they don't, okay? Educate yourself with the right mentors and right leaders and right information. So if you have an $800 check and I deduct taxes, which let's say you're in a 25% tax bracket, then you're going to have what we call total net pay of a certain dollar amount, whatever that is. And then if you have certain deductions, so maybe that business owner deducts, let's say, medical insurance or a savings plan or whatever they have as deductions, some businesses will then remove the deductions. Those are legal deductions, okay? And so now, once you do all of that, then you have what you call your final paycheck, right? So how do you beat that? How do you beat that paycheck? You beat that paycheck by doing more than $400 production. More than $800 production per week. Because 50% of $800 is $400, right? So if you produce $800 a week, that's going to give you the $400 net commission if you're paid 50%, roughly. So probably a little bit more than 800, probably like 850 or 870 if you get paid 45%. Have I lost you guys? Okay. So in the simplest answer is how do you move yourself up that scalable compensation plan is to produce more. And then as you produce more, you're going to hit what we call a performance metric of a certain category of what we call mid to high level demand. Now you're growing demand. Demand is where you have new client traffic, you have higher retention, you have higher levels of pre-booking. Now at this point, we track that as a business owner. We say, okay, now you've created a sustainable level of demand. We need to increase your price. So then you jump to the next tier. It's not a guessing game. There should be a structure of tier pricing in your business. So one of the questions that you should be asking when you interview is, how do you price? How do you create your pricing system? Do you have tier pricing? How many tiers do you have? How often do you jump someone up the tier? What do I have to do to jump up a tier and be promoted? Right? Don't ever question or let your clients make you feel